with us. You're watching Mirror at 1 with me, Avni Raja. Let's start off with the top story we're tracking, and this is the latest information coming in on the big terror threat that has been averted. As per the cops, the explosives that were seized from 4 terror suspects were being brought from Punjab, adding that the hunt is on for 2 more terror suspects. The cops also revealed that 3 packets of 2.4 kgs of RDX, 1 pistol has been recovered. Remember, 4 suspects have been detained in Haryana's Karnal, which is just 2 hours away from the national capital. And the role of a Punjab terror outfit is at this point in time under the scanner. This is the latest information that we are getting as far as this terror threat is concerned. The explosives have been seized. In fact, the suspected ID containers, weapons have been seized. Alok is joining us for more details. Alok, help us understand what we know so far.
Well, this is one of the big catches which has happened by the security agencies on the tip of the IB. And the Karnal police, which is of Haryana police, now they managed to nab these 4 persons. And it is suspected that these 4 persons are believed to be connected to some Khalistan terror group, Khalistan-based terror group. And they were coming towards national capital to indulge in any activity that is terror activity. And these persons who are arrested, they are identified as Gurpreet, Parminder, Amandeep and Bhupinder. These 4 persons, they were traveling in an Innova car, and there are around 2.4 kg of the RDX has also been recovered. The interesting part is that the ID which is recovered in the national capital, remember in the earlier days of this year, that in Simapuri and in Ghazipur, the similar kind of ID that is recovered. And if you remember that, not only that, earlier also in Punjab also the similar kind of IDs were recovered, and Srinagar. So it's a pattern that is now been found out in this whole conspiracy that is now busted. And it is suspected that there are some sleeper cells, those who are working in Punjab and the bordering areas of the country. They are now planning to execute some terror activity in the national capital or surrounding areas. This is what the security agencies are suspecting. But these 4 persons are now in the custody of Karnal police, and they are interrogating him. And definitely the IB and RAW and the other agencies, security agencies, will further interrogate them. Back to you.
Yes, absolutely, Alok. Just to, reiterate the point that you mentioned about the connection between the ID found here and even in the past earlier this year in Delhi as well as earlier in Punjab. This common connection as well, what more do we know about this? Even in the past when it was discovered in Delhi, what did the forces say at that time?
Well, if you talk about the Delhi Police Special Cell is investigating this case. As of now, they have not got any breakthrough in these 2 IDs that were recovered in Ghazipur as well as in Simapuri. In fact, the common connection they had found out that the similar kind of ID and the person whose bike was found to be involved in this whole act, was a similar kind of motorcycle was recovered from the Simapuri. So that is how the police reached at the home, at one of the houses in Simapuri, and they recovered that ID. And with the help of the agencies, they found out that the similar kind of IDs were recovered in Kashmir as well as in Punjab. And that if you remember that the blast that had happened in the court in Punjab as well, that also in having the similar kind of ID and the explosive material, that the ammonium nitrate and all these shrapnels and the ball bearings, these were all recovered in that blast as well. And the IDs that were recovered in the national capital, the similar kind of ID. And now the new ID which is recovered from these 4 terror suspect. So definitely this is a pattern which is suspected to be involved. There is some group which is suspected to be involved, and their sleeper cells are active in various parts of the country, and they are trying to hatch some conspiracy so that they could commit some terror activity. As of now, this is very, very serious matter that these 4 persons were arrested and they were traveling in an Innova car when they were stopped for checking near a toll plaza in Karnal, and this huge quantity of arms and ammunition recovered from their vehicle.
Right. Absolutely, Alok. Just stay with us. Let's listen in to what the SP had to say on this and come back.
ये 3 जो हैं ये फिरोजपुर के रहने वाले हैं और एक लुधियाना का रहने वाला है। इनकी गाड़ी की BDDS टीम की उपस्थिति में तलाशी लेने पर एक देसी पिस्टल, 31 जिंदा कारतूस और 3 IDs बरामद हुई है। हमारी BDDS टीम अभी मौके पे है और अग्रिम कार्रवाई कर रही है। जो BDDS टीम मौके पे आई है उसकी जांच के अनुसार प्रथम दृष्टया एक्सप्लोजिव्स की पुष्टि हुई है। बम निरोधक दस्ता मौके पे मौजूद है। FSL की टीम भी मौके पे मौजूद है। हमने थाना मधुबन में FIR इन आरोपियों के खिलाफ दर्ज कर ली है और आगे की जांच जारी है।
Well, Alok, that was just some more details there from the SP. But for our viewers who've just tuned in, if you can just sort of recap what we know about these 4 suspects, any details where they've been taken and what exactly are the teams involved in the investigation right now.
The intelligence agencies are working for several days and for several months that how and what kind of these terror activity is prevailing across the North India. And in that aspect, they found out that one car, which is Innova car, it is carrying some explosive, and that car is coming towards the national capital. On the tip of IV, the local police, especially the Karnal police, laid a trap near one of the toll plaza in Karnal, and they stopped the vehicle, and they found out that 4 persons were sitting in the vehicle. They were coming from Punjab. They are basically hailing from Punjab only, and they were carrying the huge quantity of ammunition. Some pistols are also recovered, and also 3 IDs have been recovered from their possession. Now the bomb disposal squad and the other fire department and other agencies, now they have already reaching on their spot, and they are trying to defuse the IDs. Remember, the ID which has recovered, they are connected with the IDs that it is looking like they are connected with the IDs which were recovered from the Delhi, Punjab and Srinagar. So there is perhaps a connection of all these ID, or perhaps there is a terror group which is involved to execute some blasts or some terror activity in various parts of the country, especially national capital. So this is what the IB and this is what the intelligence security agencies are saying. But right now, these 4 persons are in the custody of the Karnal police, and definitely maybe that NIA or other security agencies will take them over and they further interrogate them. Back to you.
Thank you so much for getting us all of those details. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you as and when more data and more information sort of emerges. But meanwhile, more information coming in from the SP as well. Let's listen in.
जो हरविंदर सिंह जो रिंदा है वो एक लोकेशन भेजता है। उस लोकेशन पे ये जो फिरोजपुर में जहाँ पर ड्रोन के जरिए सप्लाई होती है, वो भी जो गुरप्रीत है उसका एक फ्रेंड है आकाशदीप, उसी के ननिहाल का खेत है। वो उन्होंने लोकेशन इन्होंने उनको भेजी थी ताकि वहाँ पर सप्लाई पहुँचाई जा सके। ड्रोन के जरिए वहाँ पर सप्लाई होती है। फिर ये वहाँ से जो भी विस्फोटक पदार्थ या हथियार आते हैं उसको फिर ये हरविंदर सिंह रिंदा के द्वारा बताई गई लोकेशन पर रख करके आ जाता है। डेफिनेटली वो आतंकी गतिविधियों में संलिप्त रहा है और 2 कंसाइनमेंट इनको ऑलरेडी वो भेज चुका है। देखिए अभी जो हमारी BDDS की टीम है वो मौके पे आई हुई है। अभी हमने प्रथम दृष्टया जो एक्सरे करवाया गया है ताकि उसमें एक्सप्लोजिव्स की पुष्टि हो सके। अभी एक्सप्लोजिव्स की पुष्टि हुई है और उसके बाद में जो BDDS टीम है वो अपनी आगे कार्रवाई कर रही है।